Hey guys, good morning. It's Pat with American Adventure Lab. Today we're going to show you how to actually assemble your cargo shelf for the JL. This will apply to the JK as well and the Bronco as well. The only difference will be how it actually mounts to the roll bar. So what we want to do is we want to show you the parts first that are part of the package that you'll receive. Obviously your two platforms are part of the cargo shelf. These actually will get bolted together. You have joining plates, you have accents plates. Basically these act as stiffeners because this is an aluminum piece. Not that it flexes, but we want to make sure that it doesn't. So we actually put the stiffeners in there, and it provides you a little bit more durability and stability when you use our ring mounts for the dog bones. We have a edge guard, which I like to call a fence. This will actually mount to the front edge and allow, kind of keep stuff in so it's not rolling around and falling out. So we'll be assembling that. And then we have the two wings that will actually attach to the side of the cargo shelf. And this is what will mount to the actual upright that goes on your roll bar. And it will use the factory locations. There'd be two M8 nutserts on that as well. We have a bag of hardware. Everything is there. I like to not just dump these out on the table, but take them, dump them out, and then separate them by their size, M6 and M8, because you will be using both. And then pretty simple, tools required. We like to use a nut driver or a driver tool that actually has a clutch on it, so you can actually set the torque setting on it. And we're gonna be using a 4mm bit and a 5mm bit. We'll also be using a 10mm box end wrench and a 13mm box end wrench. Better make this wrench back in there. Okay, so first and foremost, as you can see, we're actually working with what we refer to as raw. So there is no powder coat, there is no clear coat on this. This is basically just raw aluminum. And so what we don't want to do is we don't want to set this on the garage floor and assemble it. So always put something soft down, moving blanket, whatever it may be, something that doesn't have anything in it that's going to scratch it, because you're going to be moving it around, and we don't want to see you ruin your brand new cargo shelf. We want to make sure that our logos are facing out, front and back, and you'll see that the back of the shelf has no logo on it. It also has none of the dog bones on there as well. So those two pieces are going to go together. They're just going to butt up together like so. And then we have the stiffener plates. There are two different types. These are going to go on the actual front and back because they have the keyholes in them. So we're going to take these, we're going to mount one here, and then we're going to take that other one and we're going to put it behind, and this is what's going to sandwich all of this together. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to use the M6 by 20 button head flange. It has a kind of a built-in washer on it. So we'll go ahead and insert that, put a nut on it. Get that started. And we're not going to tighten that. We're going to take the rest of those and just come on down the line and do the same thing. Okay, so we're going to leave that loose. Again, like I said, we always try to leave everything loose. Once we get it in place and we start tightening everything, it kind of self-centers and pulls itself together, so to speak. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the front stiffeners, and either side is fine. And we're just going to put that in place. We're going to set that behind the outer edge, and that's going to give you the logo backing. So you can actually do these in different colors. Customer's chosen black in this case. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the button head. This is the M6 by 14, I believe, or 12 button head. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and put those through the face, into the stiffener, and do that all along the front and the back. Okay, so now that we've got that in place, again, we're going to leave everything loose for right now. Go ahead and take it. We're going to flip it over. And we're going to install these side wings. Now, these can be installed two different ways. And the reason they can is that if we're installing it in this fashion here, we're going to get a different height adjustment when we stick it in the vehicle. And it's going to give us a little bit different height availability. We can also take that and we can flip it upside down and put it this way. And this will give us a different height adjustment. So it just depends on what you're looking for as to how you install these. We're going to install these. I'm going to flip this around. Doesn't matter because you've got logos on both sides. So you can run it this way or this way. It's only going to go in one way once it goes into the vehicle. So we'll go ahead and set those in place. All right, just a quick note, we're gonna leave these blank. This one actually goes through the actual shelf. We're gonna leave this because that's where this will ultimately mount. So we don't wanna put something in there and then have to take it out later. So where you see this series of 3 stacked on top of each other, we'll go ahead and leave those out until we actually get it into the Jeep. You can reference our video on the actual install into the vehicle where we actually have these mounted to the roll bar, and we put this in position and show you how all that goes together. So these corners right here will get a little tight, but the actual hardware fits. So when we do these M8s, you may want to just pull these M6s back a little bit to get clearance here. Once this is tightened up, and once this is tightened up, you have clearance in the corners. So there's no issue there. Okay, so we've got everything loosely assembled. We are pretty much done with the actual joining of the 2 halves and the side wings and the stiffeners. So we're going to start with all the M6 hardware around the inside stiffener and outsides. And let's go ahead and do that now. You're going to use the 4mm bit and the 10mm wrench. Once you get all your hardware tightened, you can go ahead and flip it over, and we'll go ahead and install the edge guards, or fences as I like to refer to them as. And that's pretty simple. You've got the series of ears. They're basically just going to sit on here like so, and we'll just go ahead and drop that M6 button head screw through there like so. And then we'll go ahead and put a nut on the back end of that and tighten those down. All right, we'll go ahead and tighten those. That's just going to be your M4 and your 10mm wrench. Come along here and just do the same for the back side. Same process. And there you have it. This is the cargo shelf for the JL. This is completely assembled. The only thing that you have left to do is install these on the roll bar, which is covered in our previous video with the 2 M8 bolts that use the factory locations. Add a little Loctite to those. That'll cut down on any movement or anything coming loose if you spend a lot of time on washboard roads, things like that. All the hardware here, all of the nuts are backed up with a nylon locking nut, so we don't need Loctite there. But there you have it. There's the simple install video on how to put together assemble the cargo shelf for the JL. That'll apply to the JK and also for the Gen 6 Bronco as well. Thanks for watching our install video. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more videos on installs, around the shop, and exciting new releases by American Adventure Lab. Don't forget to check out our website for more products and accessories to enhance your off-road experience. And if you have any questions, suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.